These Poblano Stratocasters have a big secret, and that secret is that they have the biggest neck Fender has ever made. These guitars are a whole lot of fun to play, so without further ado, let's get straight into the demonstration. Hey guys, welcome back to Squealing Pig Guitars, the home of luxury drum machines here in Nottingham, England. My name is Ben Keightley and we're back again for another video today. Today we're covering the Fender Poblano Stratocasters. We actually have two of these in, and these are the 50s spec ones. In the past we have had a 60s one, which was like a kind of black finish with roasted materials. It played amazingly, so I'm very excited to check out these Poblanos today. So the big secret about these guitars is that they have one of the biggest necks I've ever felt on a Fender Stratocaster. It's called the 51U. It's one of the original neck shapes. I think it was used on the snakebite, but I might be wrong there. But it's a very big kind of acoustic feeling neck. Really reminiscent of 30s and 40s acoustics that came before the electric guitar. It's definitely not a neck shape for the small-handed. It's a very big neck indeed, but so much tone and vibration is delivered through the neck. So without further ado, let's get the case out and have a closer look at these Fender Poblano Stratocasters. So guys, now it's time to open up the case. As you can see, we've got a real nice kind of black Fender USA case. This is brand new, so it comes with the polystyrene on, so let's open it up. And inside, we have an absolutely spectacular Fender Poblano Stratocaster. We'll go over all the specs in a little bit, but I just wanted to show you what you actually get in the case first. Obviously comes with one of the coolest Fender Custom Shop Strats, and as you can see there, nice Fender Custom Shop logo. The Poblano Strats are some of my favourite Stratocasters. This one is based off like a 56 model, but I do like the 60s one. We've played a few of them on the channel. We've also got the pink one in today, which is cool. Just like all Fender Custom Shop instruments, it comes with the COA and Floor Traveler, which travels around the factory with it, which is a nice little bonus when you're paying this money for a custom shop. This is a 2022 model, and it's signed by Ron Thorne, who's director of the Fender Custom Shop. So let's grab this Strat out the case and take a closer look at its specs. So it's time to look at the specs of these two amazing Stratocasters. Of course, they're both Poblano Strats, so they're actually the same spec. So I'll just go over the olive green one, as that's my favourite colour. But basically, construction-wise, we've got an older body. It's based off a 56 Strat shape, so you've got obviously that nice kind of contours on the body. And then we have a maple neck with the walnut skunk stripe. This is the 51U shape, which I believe is the thickest neck carve that Fender produced. It's just a wedge of maple. It's such a big neck, and a big neck like this creates a lot of vibration. It's a very fun guitar to play, but you have to make sure you have quite big hands to play it. But in terms of the shape, you probably see it there. The shoulders are very quick, so there's not much roundedness to it. It's very kind of angular, a bit rectangular, and there's a lot of mass on the back. So in terms of shape, it's very much a U, so the shoulders come in very, very quickly, not like a C where it's really rounded. Of course, it's a Stratocaster, so you have the kind of usual specs. You have the tremolo, 1 volume, 2 tones, 5-way switch. We've got 21 jumbo frets on this, and they're all polished very nicely. These are very easy to play. They're very thick and jumbo. We've got a bone nut, and we've got the 6-in-line vintage style tuner. And then we had the Fender logo on the headstock there with the string tree, looking very nice. Obviously, you've got a relic job all over this. Heavy relics, so you've got areas where the finish have come off. You've got checking all over the olive green. It's a 50s style guitar, so you just get the 1-ply guard. This is a black guard, which I always think looks better on Strats. However, the backplate is white, which is quite a weird choice by Fender. Then on the back here, we've got the limited edition 4-bolt plate. And our serial number is CZ558565, and this was completed on the 3rd of January of 2022. In terms of other cool specs, we have the hand-wound Poblano pickup set, which has a really nice compression. I'd say they have the 60s kind of characteristic for a tone, a little bit more gain, a little bit more volume, but they can really clean up nicely. If you're a fan of humbuckers or play humbuckers majorly, really recommend trying out a Poblano set, as they have a little bit more life to them than 50 single coils, for example. But other than that, I'm pretty sure that's all the specs of this wonderful Fender Poblano Stratocaster. So without further ado, let's go to the tone demonstration and here's bad boy in action. So welcome to the tone demonstration of this Fender Poblano Stratocaster. Of course, today we're showing two Stratocasters, this olive drab one and the pink one, but for today's demo I'm just using this amazing green one as it is my favourite colour. For today's episode, I'm plugged directly into my Kemper Profiler amplifier using an AC30 preset. I've cleaned down the patch a little bit and added a little bit more compression as we're using single coils here, and I've also lowered the gain, so we've got a little bit more of a kind of Mayer-y type distortion going on. At the start of this video, I played a rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, so I'm going to start with that today on the neck pickup. I'm actually using two cameras today, so I should be able to cut between, hopefully, if all goes to plan. So let's hear that tone on the neck pickup, full volume, full tone. So the first thing to talk about this Stratocaster, if you're considering getting it, is that this neck may be just about the biggest neck I've ever seen on a Fender Stratocaster. It's a 51U they call it, which is like, to my knowledge, the first kind of Fender neck shape on the Snakebite or the original Telecaster. It's a very pronounced neck, obviously imagine a U shape. It's a very cool neck shape. Once you get used to it, it's actually really cool to play because there's so much tone coming through this neck. I never used to be a big believer that big necks get big tone, but if there's anything to go by vibration, this guitar is vibrating all over my hand. So I think it's a good representation. If you have a good neck and a big, like, solid neck joint, it's going to have obviously more vibration, which means more tone. Now let's do some more neck pickup tones as it sounded so sweet. Tone. Let's just turn off the kind of clon style pedal and just hear the raw clean tone. Lovely tones all around. Let's go to one position back, so we're in position 4 now. There's only one riff you can really play for this position. tune there. So my favourite Strat tone is always when you roll down the tone a little bit. On full tone you get quite a shrill, very bright tone. That can be really good for certain stuff. I really like it when you bring the tone control maybe down to 4 or 5 and you get a little bit more of a warmer kind of woman tone. Maybe a little bit more. Oh, it's just so nice. Really good for like Andy Timmons. Lovely stuff indeed. Let's have the gain pedal now. Lovely stuff indeed, really nice. Let's go to the middle position, turn off the gain. I just love that kind of funky, kind of Corey Wong-like tone. Now let's go into Dire Straits territory. We're on position 2, that kind of nice out phase tone. I'm going to bring up the tone a little bit just to make it a little bit more quacky. Finally, let's hear the bridge pickup. Obviously, Strat pickups have a bit of a tendency to be ice picky on the bridge, so we'll see how this is at full volume and tone. Yeah, a bit too ice picky for me. I'm going to bring it down to about 6. Let's add a little bit of gain now. So now that we've heard quite a lot of classic tones, let's see how these pickups sound on more of a metal tone. So I'm going to switch over to my JCM 800 preset, as you can hear by the hum there. Let's hear the bridge pickup. I'm going to bring it back to full volume and tone. So as you can hear, this guitar absolutely screams. It can do clean stuff, rock, blues, metal, Yngwie. Basically a Strat like this can do just about anything. These Poblano pickups are really responsive, a nice compression. Have a really nice compression. Yes, the neck is really thick. It's definitely a niche neck, but if you can get your hand around it, then it just creates such a lovely tone. Lots of vibrations and resonance. So that's the end of the tone demo, guys. So let's go to my personal review and rating of this Poblano Stratocaster. So guys, that's the end of the video. I really hope you've enjoyed checking out these Fender Poblano Stratocasters. As always, if you're interested in having a look at these guitars, then visit the links in the description down below. We have them here at the shop if any of you want to come and try them out. But I had a lot of fun playing these guitars today. I really enjoyed the big neck shape. And that's my main criticism of Stratocasters, is when the neck is too small. I really like a bigger neck or a rounder neck on a guitar in general. That's why I tend to lean towards Gibson instruments, as they always have a nice chunky neck. But for me, in my opinion, having a big neck and a big kind of neck joint really contributes to more vibration and therefore more resonance and tone that you can get out of the guitar. Putting the electronics aside and the amplifier aside, just the way that the guitar feels when you play it on your lap unplugged and the way it sounds, the guitar should still have a nice bass end and mid-range. An electric guitar should still sound really good in your hands, so these guitars definitely had that. They're very special indeed. I definitely prefer the olive green colour, obviously with my obsession with olive green. But the pink one does look cool as well. It has a little bit like a kind of Tahitian coral type look. Looking now under the lights, it's just sat over there. With the black guard, it kind of looks a little bit red, but I think that might just be my eyes. But yeah, I do prefer 60s Strats in all honesty, but the 50s does sound really good. So if you're looking for a 50s Strat that's a little bit different, then maybe check one of these out. I'm going to rate these guitars 8 out of 10 for today. Very, very strong Stratocasters. Love the tone. Love the feel. For me, the bridge pickups were a little bit too ice picky. I had to control the pickup with the tone control to make it sound more listenable in the mix. They were a bit too bright in the bridge position, but the neck and the middle were spot on, especially in the in-between settings. They sounded incredible. I thought they reacted really well, and it was very easy to bend a vibrato on these guitars. But most importantly, guys, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of the Fender Poblano Stratocasters? Do you like them or do you not? And if you own any Fender custom shop guitars, let me know in the comment section below as well. Thank you so much for your support recently, we really appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like rating if you've enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new and join Squealing Pig Guitars. We upload daily, Monday to Friday, every single week, bringing you coverage of some of the best guitars in the industry. But that's enough for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow for another episode. But until then, my name is Ben Keightley, and that leaves me with one last thing to say. Keep rocking, guys. I'll see you soon.